Hey guys, just got to Dallas, Texas, where we're doing the first ever Winter Home Builders Retreat. It's a marriage conference we do every year. Actually, this is the first one in Texas, though. We've done them for years in Little Rock, in Branson, Missouri, down in Gulf Shores, my personal favorite. But it's interesting. I wasn't planning on doing a video today, so I'm just using my phone. But something prompted me to want to do a quick discussion on something I heard this morning. So normally on our Strong Tower page, we like to talk about investments that can make you feel good about owning them, being proud of your investments. We may talk about what I call fearless finances, which means if you're a wise steward, if you do the right things with your money, then you can fearlessly step forward into your finances, into your financial world. And then a lot of ministry too, and I guess this would fall under the category of ministry. So what's interesting is this morning I got in the car and started my trip to Dallas, where we'll be ministering to families and married couples mostly. And you know, the topics that we cover have different ranges. Sometimes it's on marriage, sometimes on parenting, sometimes on finances, but it's all about oneness. It's all about connecting with your spouse, deepening your relationship with your spouse, and it really stems from getting that vertical relationship with Christ right first, and those other relationships will kind of fall in place. So it is from a biblical standpoint. But when I got in the car, Caleb had an interesting story. So they were saying that there's a new study that released that said 1 out of 5 people keep financial secrets from their spouse. And I thought, wow, that just flies in the face of everything we're talking about. It's opposite of what we're wanting to see people do, because that's just not oneness. 1 out of 5 people have some kind of financial secret. And I haven't done an in-depth analysis of how they did their research, but basically that might mean somebody has a checking account that they set up so they can make purchases without their spouse knowing. Maybe they have a credit card they established for purchases, or maybe they just have some kind of ongoing purchase and their spouse does not know about. And so there's a lot of secretivism, I guess you could say, if that's a word. I think I may have made that up. But regardless, that violates just the principle that we see in Scripture. All through Scripture, what you see with marriage is there should be oneness. Beginning in Genesis, there should be oneness and closeness and transparency with one another. And I'm telling you, one of the worst things you can do is lose the trust of your spouse. And if you do that, it's an easy thing to lose, and it's a hard thing to gain back. So really today, I just kind of wanted to challenge all of us to be transparent with our spouses, to not have those financial secrets. And maybe if you've done that in the past, change that trajectory. And I can't help but think about what motivates us to do something like that. And I guess it could be maybe there's a purchase that we're embarrassed about and shouldn't be making. Or maybe it's just we're trying to avoid conflict. Maybe there's already conflict in our relationship with our spouse, and we're afraid that it's just going to generate more conflict. So instead of addressing it, of seeking unity with our spouse, maybe we just avoid the conversation altogether. But that being said, I think we all know the better route to take there, and that is to try to connect with our spouse and take our relationship to a deeper level by being honest, by being upfront, and trusting that God can use this as a way to deepen our relationship and bring us closer together. Well, that's it. If you're watching this right after I recorded it, I ask that you'll send up some prayers for all the families that are here at the retreat, that God will just open our hearts and our minds, speak to us. A lot of the marriages represented here are doing just fine. It's just maintenance kind of stuff where you try to learn and grow together. But there's always some marriages where they're just on the rocks, and you never know when somebody's going to give up on that relationship. So just pray that hearts will be opened and marriages will be healed and strengthened. All right, God bless.